10 great tips for making learning English easier, or any other language for that matter. Hi, I'm Alex, and this is the Englishoneer, where we look into what people say in English and why they say it. Many people have been in this very situation where they are in a meeting or on the street in a strange country and they try to assemble words to communicate a certain idea, like, where is the bathroom? And the other person is saying, like, huh? Oh, God, how awful, how embarrassing that is. All right, let's try again. Where is the bathroom, please? And you add on the please in a kind of desperation, hoping they understand. And the other person is saying, huh? What? You just want to curl up and die. What do we do now? Try again for the third time? Or do we just give up and leave, feeling disappointed and ashamed? It's happened to me countless times. How did I get over it? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you my top 10 tips for improving your English. I'm mainly focusing on English as a foreign language, but these tips work equally well for any foreign language, I guess. Before I start, let me give you a quick background. I came to this country, which is Brazil, many years ago, and at the time came with about $200 in my pocket. It's a bit more valuable then. I had no money to pay for a language course or a teacher to teach me Portuguese. What was I to do? Who could I turn to? My Brazilian wife at the time was herself a teacher and was able to fill some holes, but was not much help, as she actually thought that my making mistakes was actually quite cute. So she wouldn't really correct me. Or she would lose patience with me asking questions, and anybody learning to drive from a family member knows exactly what it's like and the frustration involved. So in the end, I had to do it all myself. In those days, the internet was just a baby, and I had no idea how to go about learning a different language. So I bought a book, which really didn't help me much. Another thing, the older you get, the harder it seems to be to absorb information, or so we are told. Over the years, I've picked up a number of tips, both as a student and a teacher, that I can almost guarantee will help you to really improve your speaking abilities. So, without further ado, here goes. Number 10, don't translate literally. Personally, although others may disagree, I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with translating from one's native language, at least in the beginning. We all do it. But watch out. Translating literally, in other words, word for word, is a recipe for disaster. Not only will people have difficulty understanding you, they might actually think you're a bit crazy. Most of you will have seen those horrible translations of street signs in faraway countries. If you haven't, here are a few examples. You have to remember that you cannot simply transpose one language onto another. In English, for example, many words have changed their meaning over centuries or even decades. Imagine trying to use the word, hey, cool, when speaking to William Shakespeare. English is full of words that have more than one meaning. So if you look in a dictionary for the translation, there's a good chance you will choose the wrong option, which could be quite embarrassing. A particular problem appears when we talk about expressions or phrasal verbs. For example, I'm only pulling your leg means in English to be joking or kidding with you. Try translating that literally into your language and see what the result is. Complete and utter chaos. The secret is to try to translate the idea. I know it isn't always exactly what you want to say, but this is all about communication. We sometimes have to simplify what we want to say when we can't remember a word or expression. Just think, this happens even in our own language when we can't remember a word straight away. We're just much faster at coming up with an alternative way of saying it. Number 9, be patient and persistent. If you are living in an English-speaking country with things like television, radio, street signs, and other people all around you, you have an opportunity to learn the language really quickly. If not, it's going to take a little bit of time and persistence. There are, however, so many tools available online to help you. Don't give up. You will get there in the end. Every day, if you allow yourself, you get a little better. You learn something more and your confidence grows. Get as much contact with English as possible. Number 8, open your mind to new ideas. Indeed, if you are open to the fact that learning a new language is going to be different, not necessarily hard, but different, and if you open your mind to these differences and learn to accept them, it's much easier to absorb all the words, the sounds, the expressions around you. Why do you think children learn much faster than adults? Well, apart from the fact that their brains are more elastic and spongy, they aren't constantly questioning what they're learning. They just say, okay, and accept it. As we get older, we always have questions about what we're learning, and we ask, well, why this or why that? And sometimes you have to give up a little bit of control and just accept that the rules of grammar or the crazy pronunciation and spelling is just how it is. Number 7, watch, listen, and read. 1 hour a week of class is just not going to be enough, especially if you're serious about wanting to speak English properly. Learning to speak one's own language involves listening, reading, mimicking, and watching hours and hours of TV or video games. All day, every day, for years. You think that 1 hour a week is going to be enough to learn another language? Well, I can tell you, it's not. And another thing, if you study for just 1 hour a week, you will forget a good portion of what you learnt the week before. Let me tell you a little story. The problem. Some years ago, I had a private student, let's call her Sue Low. See what I did there? Sue Low, slow. Anyway, she had a job interview at an American company. She told me that she was an advanced student. She definitely wasn't. Her pronunciation was awful. She used extremely bad literal translations and mumbled her words to the point that nobody could understand her. The solution. Number 1 hour a day watching CNN, or could be any other series that you like, even if she didn't understand it. Number 2 hours of grammar exercises every week. Remember that she had a deadline, a very short amount of time to learn. Number 3 English classes a week. I'm not saying that at the end of just 1 month she was speaking like the Queen of England, but the difference was noticeable. Okay, I know taking an hour out of your day to sit down and watch a TV show can be quite tiring. Here are some alternative things you can do. Split the day into 2, 3, or even 4 parts and spend 30, 20, or 15 minutes with an activity each time, but pay attention to what is being said. Read the news online when you are in the gym. Listen to a podcast on your way to or from work. Watch a show on Netflix or Amazon or any of the streaming services when you get home without subtitles. Or even in the beginning, you can put in English subtitles. Listen, and I mean really listen to the words, the lyrics of a song. Or you could watch a smart and handsome guy on YouTube giving you advice about what to do. Don't take a nap on the sofa on a Sunday afternoon. Do something. Before you know it, you will be understanding much, much more. And when you understand more, you speak better and with more confidence. When you read more, your vocabulary increases a lot. Here is an extra little tip. If you read on a Kindle e-reader or Kindle app on your phone, your tablet or computer, and you see a word that you don't know, you're not sure about, you can click on it or press on the word and you get options of translations, definitions, and Wikipedia references. It's great. I've had a number of experiences when I was speaking to a person in my second language and I used an expression automatically without thinking about it. An expression that I had no idea that I knew. It was the best feeling ever. Number 6, give up the unattainable goal of perfection. Now, I understand that most of you are perfect and you like to do things perfectly. Many of us suffer from this terrible disease. You don't make mistakes and you are always right. Your bedroom is perfect. Your grades are perfect. And your life at the moment is perfect. Well, let's imagine. And of course, you want to speak English perfectly. I certainly did when I was learning my second language. I wanted to speak like a native, where the locals wouldn't even be able to tell that I was a foreigner. Don't pay attention to the pale-coloured skin and air of gringo confusion. Let me tell you now that you are going to make mistakes, and a lot of them. There's an expression, perfect is the enemy of good, where you let the desire to be perfect get in the way of something that could be really good, and that it isn't necessarily a bad thing to make mistakes. Once you have become good at something, you can then try to improve it. Like many things in life, we learn through trial and error. In other words, through persistence and making mistakes. Mistakes are good. Think of it this way. If you're walking down the street and you fall down a hole in the sidewalk, the next time you take that walk, you'll be careful not to fall in again. So let your mistakes improve you without getting frustrated. Of course, when you have a patient friend or a brilliant teacher to correct you, it becomes even easier. Well, that's all for this first part. The second, counting down from 5 to 1, will be posted shortly, but I will put a link in the description below or at the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And comment below if there is anything about English that you are curious about. Thanks very much, and I'll see you in the next video.